Now, coming in at number 1, drum roll please, the craziest thing that happened on Uber Eats to me. What's up everyone, this is Elijah coming at you with another video from the applifestyle.org, the place where the world is literally in the palm of your hands. In this video we're going to be talking about Uber Eats, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the 6 craziest things I've encountered on the Uber Eats platform, well, associated with Uber Eats. Some of y'all have been very much anticipating this video. I've said I'm going to do it for a while. We're finally here. So the list goes like this. It's in ascending order. So like the craziest thing I've seen will be at the top, number 1. And the least craziest will be at the bottom, number 6. So the craziest thing I've seen is, you're going to be like, wow, that is strange. So let's just go ahead and get into this list. Now coming in, I might look at my phone because that's how I have them written down. But coming in at number 6, I actually got a McDonald's delivery. Surprise, surprise. The McDonald's makes this crazy list in some form or fashion. But I got a McDonald's delivery and it was 3.6 miles away. As far as when I picked up the food, the drop off was 3.6 miles. That was actually crazy to me because anyone who does McDonald's knows that they're always short. And I like to categorize my trips short, medium, long. That's a medium trip. I've never gotten a medium trip from McDonald's anymore. I mean before. So that was actually kind of weird. A good kind of weird, but just kind of weird. But that's not all that big a deal. It just barely makes the list. Coming in at number 5. I don't know if y'all use Uber Eats as a service. I do like once every 2 weeks. And I ordered some falafel from this Mediterranean restaurant, okay? And the driver brought me the food, everything is smooth. So I go in the kitchen to get the ranch I'm gonna use on my falafel. And when I come back, I just peek outside and the driver is still in front of my spot. I'm like, what? Now, to be fair, I just assume maybe he's checking his phone or something, but generally speaking, you don't hang out outside someone's spot. Whether you drop the food off or you just drop them off in an Uber, you don't hang outside their spot. That's kind of creepy, okay? So I said, I'm gonna give him 5 minutes. He's still there in 5 minutes. I'm gonna go outside and politely ask him to move, okay? So 5 minutes pass by and I go back outside. I go and look out the door and he's smoking a blunt in front of my spot. I'm like, no, this cat did not. So I went outside and politely told him, look, you got to bamboozle. You got to go, okay? I don't want you smoking a blunt in front of my spot. That's rude, and generally speaking, I don't want that, all right? And, he bounced, but part of me felt like I shouldn't have to tell someone that. So I marked that as pretty crazy just because it's just like, dude, really? But whatever. Coming in at number 4. Now, I didn't personally encounter this, but someone told me about this. So back in the days before I did Uber Eats, I had this Uber passenger. And he asked me, hey, do you do that food delivery, the Uber Eats stuff? And back then I didn't, because that was before the tipping platform got introduced. I was like, yeah, you can forget it. Uber kept asking me. I was like, no. So I told him I didn't. And he said, because I have a friend that he told me about some stories about that Uber Eats stuff. Then he shared with me a story I've never forgotten. Apparently his friend was delivering some type of pizza. The delivery address was in the middle of a parking lot. And he knew it couldn't be like it was a Walmart or something. He knew it couldn't be a Walmart because the dot wasn't there. So he's like, and then there was this car that was just kind of moving around, and he picked up the pizza and went up to the car, and apparently this dude and his girlfriend, I guess, were doing the indoor Olympics inside of the car, like butt naked. And the dude just said, just leave the pizza on top of the roof. I was thinking as I was listening, as I was driving, I was like, you know what? At some point I thought about doing Uber Eats. I think I just might have to hold off. If I heard another story like that, I probably wouldn't this channel probably would be very different because I wouldn't have been doing Uber Eats. So even though I didn't personally experience it, that makes this list in terms of being crazy. Okay, coming at number 3. This one is ridiculous. So I've actually lost tips from being a little too quick when I'm doing deliveries. So you hand them the food, say, hey, you know, thank you for ordering for Uber Eats, whatever. And you head back to the car so you can keep moving. And in my beginning days, I noticed that a person would always be reaching in their pocket or like they're about to do something, but I'd always left too soon. So they're going to give me a tip, but I was too fast. I was like, okay, I got to slow down because they plan on giving me a tip and it'd be awkward to try and most of them wouldn't just catch me. Say, hey, yo, I got a tip for you. I would just lost the tip. So I started slowing down. So I delivered this food, McDonald's. I delivered McDonald's to this office area. And I handed her the food. And she was reaching back like this. I thought that was a tip. Now, I trained myself to just wait like 5 seconds. And then say, you know, thank you for ordering for Uber Eats, etc. And then leave. But she was not reaching for a tip. She just reached back to scratch her ass. And I've learned in sales to not display on your face what you're thinking or feeling. So in my head, I was about to bust out laughing. And I did once I got back in the car. I was just like, wow. Okay, moving on. Coming in at the number 2 spot. I met this guy that was doing Uber Eats on crutches one time. And that was like, dang, that's just so much powerful motivation. You got people complaining about they can't make money, this and that, but this dude is on crutches getting it in. Good for you. So we chopped it up for a little while at the restaurant, but then, you know, we had to both go because we had orders. I saw him again at a Hooters like half a year later. And I recognized him because I've never seen any other person doing Uber Eats on crutches before. So I go up to him like, hey, have we met before? He said, yeah, I remember you. We remember where we met at. And, you know, we talked for a little while, but that's my phone, excuse me. We talked for a little while, but the Hooters I was at, when I walked in, after I said hi, then I went up to the staff and I told them who I was here for. And the girl, I could tell she's probably one of those stuck-up chicks, but she said, oh, it'll be ready soon. Then I looked at her and said, do you have an ETA? Then she just looked at me like, are you serious? And then I repeated, do you have an ETA on how long it's going to be? And she just said, oh, they're going to bring it out with his. Then she just walked off. I was like, oh, okay. It's like that? This whole time, this dude was on the phone. He was waiting for order 2, not for any app, but I guess he had just placed it to go or whatever. And I told the guy on crutches, you know, my style is 5 minutes, but you know what? They got like 30 seconds and I'm about to leave. 30 seconds came and I was about to leave. And the dude that was on the phone said, hey, you're with one of those apps, right? I mean, aren't you going to wait for the food? I said, no. He said, well, why aren't you going to wait for the food? Because they're not telling me how long it's going to be. And I don't have time. We don't really get paid to sit here and wait. So it's not worth my time to just sit here. He's like, but you're just going to leave the customer hanging? I mean, you're just going to leave the customer hanging? I mean, what about the restaurant all day? I said, that's not my problem. And the dude was genuinely shocked, but there's also a smile on his face like, this young cat is on his hustle. Dang. I could kind of respect that, but he still was shocked. And all this time, the guy on crutches was just sitting there like, hey, man, that's how you got to do it. The only reason the guy on crutches was still sitting there was because he had ignored the order so long that they attached a guarantee to it, like $11. All right, now I'll be willing to swing by here, because he was a regular at that establishment, that Hooters, and he knew a lot of times they don't have their stuff together. But it was so funny because the look on that dude's face, he was just genuinely shocked, but at the same time, he was like, man, I can kind of respect that too. All right, now coming in at number 1, drum roll please, the craziest thing that happened on Uber Eats to me. I was driving on the way to drop off some food, and I saw these birds, 2 birds, just going at it. And I honestly I've never seen birds going at it before, but I didn't know if they were fighting or if they were doing the thing that you already know I'm not going to say here. I did not know. In fact, I'm just gonna let you see the footage because it was so strange. I had to catch some footage, so just watch and see for yourself. What in the hell are they doing? Y'all are seeing this, right? I don't know if they're trying to have sex or if they're actually fighting. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing, but that was the craziest thing I'd ever seen, because I had never seen no birds even just going at it in any form. So just to see that on a delivery, I really wish I could have caught more of it. But I just happened to be at a red light and saw it. Then the light turned green and it was time to move on. I was like, wow. Even as I was driving off, I was kind of like, are they still going at it? Dang. But that is the craziest things I've encountered on involving Uber Eats. Not all these were directly on the Uber Eats platform, but why don't y'all comment below what's some of the craziest things y'all encounter? I know y'all have some stories, because stuff out here is just that strange sometimes. I'm very much looking forward to this. Like the video, and if you have any questions, leave them below, or comments rather. If you're new, hey, feel free to subscribe. We talk about the Uber Eats all the time on this channel. And be sure to check out the Uber Eats courses, which you see the cards and on the end screen. It's Elijah. Until the next time, peace out.